Everybody Smokes in Hell. That's the latest record. It came out earlier this year. Was the last?
It came out in 2012. Came out in early 2012. So.
And the song, anyway. I mean, it's a dark theme.
Could be construed as such, I suppose.
What kind of inspires you to?
Write
the record.
To the song or the
song, yeah.
Sure.
Where'd that come from?
I mean, I just feel like it's sort of, I guess the way I try and explain it is that the idea is that it's based on a couple things. One is I found that quote, "Everybody smokes in hell," and I was like, this is great. This needs to be turned into a song. It was some general who said it. And the other aspect of it is that it's kind of an anti-fire and brimstone sermon type piece, right? Where I guess the idea is, when I was a kid, I saw this poster, this sort of popular poster that said, if you're alive, you have two things to worry about, whether you're sick or whether you're healthy. And if you're healthy, you're fine. If you're sick, you have two things to worry about. If you're going to live, you're going to die. You're going to live, you're fine. If you're going to die, the two things you worry about are whether you're going to go to heaven or hell. If you go to heaven, you're fine. If you go to hell, you'll be too busy saying hi to all of your friends to worry about things, right? And so that idea, and then sort of the idea too that with the which, I mean, pretty much if you listen to the song, I think it's pretty much all there. But with the sort of different ways we all have to cope with existence and vice and everything that we do, I guess I just sort of generally feel like a theme of my life is there's so much time spent beating yourself up about the fun things you do that are maybe bad, but really the thing to do is just sort of to accept and embrace that, and that to me is like the key to letting go of a lot of psychic burden that at least I carry around. I don't know about everybody else, but
I'm sure we all have it.
Yeah, I'm sure we all.
I know I have my share. Is that something that is this kind of the wisdom of age coming into play? Is that something you were more screwed up with when you were younger?
Sure. I mean, I think I came from a religious background, and so I mean, as did many people, but so I think a lot of the sort of the mantras that get ingested there can lead you to a bit of a neurotic, state of being, and I feel like that's definitely something that I don't know if I've transcended it, but I've become more aware of it, and I feel like it's an interesting thing to me, right? Which is the key to any song is not necessarily whether it's good or bad, but whether it has some kind of engaging property or any idea for a song. Is that like if it makes me feel like, oh, that's a curious thing, then I feel like it's worth exploring in a song form.
Right. And as this, I mean, it's kind of how you're living your life in terms of your perspective on things. And I mean, how does that wrap into the whole family life and work life? And
I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I think there's obviously I'd like, like probably many people to pretend that I've authored a lot more of what occurs in my life than I have. But, but the reality is that being a family like person or having kids and trying to play music professionally and all that stuff dictates so much of what happens. Like I don't drink and party the way I used to, because I can't, because there's nothing worse than trying to parent when you're hungover. So it's just like, I know some people who do and can, and they're fine with it. But I mean, I'm not saying I haven't tried to, but I mean, there's just certain things, there's certain constrictions that if you want to not just do well, but even cope with it, that you have to kind of abide by. And so for me, I mean, like there's a lot of what I do and what happens is definitely contextually inspired,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know you do music full time.
Mm-hmm.
This is your job.
Yeah.
How did you go about making that decision to this was it? This is what you're going to do.
I think again that sort of transpired over a period of time where I feel like I had worked for a long time doing other kinds of jobs like cooking and whatever, and I feel like just playing music, like it became really apparent to me at some point that in order to do this effectively that I would have to do it all the time. So I began to explore ways of making it pay and making it work out, and I feel like that occurred over a period of time. Like I definitely dabbled in professional playing from an early age, but to the point where I got, which it's been about 10 years now, where I haven't done any, actually a bit longer than that, where I haven't done any other kind of work.
Yeah.
It was a long sort of transition, and like learning how to make a living doing it, was definitely a process, but the decision came about just basically from realizing that this is what I enjoy doing, and if I want to do it well or get better progressively at it, that I would need to spend most or all of my time doing it, and working 8 hours a day or doing other kinds of work really doesn't, for me. Some people can do it and they're good at it, and I think it comes easier to them, but for me it didn't work that way. It was too hard to focus fully on it, right?
Okay, so what song can we play next?
I think I will play something nice. I'll play Lemonade for you, because it's such a blisteringly hot day out there, and the promised rain hasn't come yet, so we'll find other ways of cooling off.
Sounds good. Cheers.
Yeah. How do you make lemonade when the rain falls down on your parade? You get out to Sour Hand. Where do you find that roadside stand where a couple nickels set you up? Something cool to fill your cup with, something sweet that does you good. I'd find out if I could what to do with all of that sour juice when you get stuck in life's caboose. When every day brings some bad news, must be a way to beat the blues. Old man trouble gets you down. How do you run him out of town? Where do you find that sugar and ice that's gonna make it all taste nice? How do you make lemonade when the rain fall down on your parade? You get down to Sour Hand. Where do you find that roadside stand where a couple nickels set you up? Something cool to fill your cup, something sweet that does you good. I'd like to find out if I could. Life is one big lemon tree, and I got to find a recipe to use up all of this sour fruit. Well, it might as well be my pursuit. Squeeze some joy from all this woe. It seems we all are bound to know it would make me a happy man. I got to find out if I can. How do you make lemonade when the rain falls down on your parade? You get down to Sour Hand. Where do you find that roadside stand where a couple nickels set you up? Something cool to fill your cup, something sweet that does you good. I'd like to find out if I could. Thank you. A little lemonade for you. A little hard lemonade. Okay.